Throttle a high-pressure stream through a narrow gap, add abrasive grit and collapsing vapor bubbles, and hardened metal trim starts to wash away within months. The white plug and cage turning here answer that exact failure point. Machined from yttria-stabilized zirconia, shaped to hold a sealing edge where alloy steel gives it up. Start with surface hardness near 1300 on the Vickers scale. Hard enough to shrug off the silica and fly ash particulate that scours hardened stainless within a single run. Chemical inertness sits right beside it. Zirconia keeps its surface across strong acids and concentrated alkalis, the conditions that pit and thin metal trim. A sub-micron grain structure, on the order of 0.3 to 0.5 microns, lets the sealing faces be ground to a roughness below 1/10 of a micron. The mirror band a seat needs to throttle and then shut without weeping. Stiffness near 205 gigapascals and a fracture toughness of 8 to 10 megapascal root meter keep that edge from yielding under load. That toughness is engineered into the crystal structure, not borrowed from bulk. Yttria locks the zirconia grains into a metastable tetragonal phase. When a crack tries to open, the stress field at its tip flips those grains into the monoclinic phase, and the roughly 4% volume expansion that follows squeezes the crack shut before it can travel. The payoff reaches about 3 times the fracture toughness of dense alumina, which is why a zirconia plug rides out the impact loading, throttling cycles, and water hammer that chip more brittle ceramics. Dimensions follow the valve, not the reverse. The plug outside diameter is lapped to the cage bore so the pair guides true, while the seat bore is set to the flow coefficient the line calls for. Across common body sizes, roughly 1/2 inch through 12 inch. Ground tolerances on the sealing diameters hold to a few microns. From there the geometry opens to the duty. Cage windows take a linear or equal percentage profile, stack into multi-stage pads that drop the pressure in steps, and pair with seat tightness targets graded by a ANSI/FCI 72. Each set cut to a drawing rather than pulled from a shelf. Where this trim set earns its place is severe service throttling, the high-pressure letdown of abrasive, corrosive streams that strips metal internals in months. Inside an anti-cavitation cage, the flow is split into many small jets and the pressure is dropped in stages, so vapor bubbles collapse in open space instead of against the wall. Zirconia absorbs the residual implosive energy and the grit riding with it without losing its edge, while the lapped seat holds shutoff inside its rated leakage class. Slurry that erodes hardened stainless above 2 meters per second crosses these same faces for years.